What happens when the badge meant to protect becomes the weapon of prejudice? On a quiet American street, Maya Johnson, young, black, athletic, still sweating from moving boxes for her elderly parents, faces a cop's cold glare. "People like you don't respect the law," he sneers, his hand drifting toward his gun. But Maya isn't just another target, she's trained Navy SEALs in combat. When the trigger finger twitches, whose power will truly decide the outcome? The flash of red and blue lights lit up the quiet suburban street. Officer Richard Hale stepped out of his squad car, boots heavy on the pavement, one hand resting near his holster. He didn't bother asking questions. His voice cracked like a whip, "Move that car now. People like you don't respect the law." Neighbors' blinds shifted, eyes peering out. Maya Johnson stood still in her crop top and workout pants, breath quick after hauling boxes for her aging parents. In that instant, the porch felt smaller, the air tighter, as if his badge had stripped her of oxygen. Hale's stare was cold, daring her to speak, never knowing the woman he targeted had trained the very men he pretended to command. Maya lifted her hands slightly, palms open, a silent plea for calm. "Officer, I just finished moving equipment for my parents. I'll move the Jeep after I eat," she said steadily. Hale's lips curled. "Rules aren't suggestions. You think wearing tight clothes and flashing a smile means you're above the law?" The words stung sharper than the flashing lights. Across the street, a neighbor shut his blinds fast, as if hiding from the storm. Maya's father stepped forward, voice trembling, "She just got home, sir, give her a moment." Hale shoved a citation pad into his chest, papers scattering across the porch like insults. The humiliation burned. Her mother bent quietly to pick them up, hands shaking, one page slipping into a puddle, ink bleeding until the words were unreadable. That tiny ruin cut deeper than the shouting. "What would you do if this happened to your family?" Hale's patience snapped. He yanked his radio, speaking loud enough for the whole block. "Dispatch, I've got a non-compliant black female, possible threat." The label hit like a slap, turning her into a danger just for standing still. Maya's chest tightened, she knew how quickly words like that could end lives. Hale's voice rose, dripping venom, "People like you never follow orders. You don't belong here." His hand pulled the Glock free, muzzle aimed inches from her face. Her father froze, helpless, her mother's breath hitched into silence. For a moment, it seemed everything had collapsed, the badge, the gun, the hatred pressing down, making her small, voiceless. Then a flicker of steel returned to her eyes. Her posture shifted, subtle but unmistakable, the stance of someone trained to survive. Hale didn't see it yet. He only saw a target. The truth about who Maya was hovered just beneath the surface, ready to detonate. The air snapped when Maya moved. In one fluid strike she twisted Hale's wrist, forcing the muzzle skyward as the gun clattered onto the porch. His roar cut off into a grunt as she swept his legs, pinning him face down with his arm locked behind his back. The neighbors who had been hiding now leaned out, jaws slack, witnessing a uniformed officer disarmed in seconds. Hale spat into the dirt, still shouting, "You'll regret this," but his voice trembled. Sirens wailed again, 2 more squad cars screeched to a halt. Officers rushed forward, weapons raised, only to freeze when Maya called out in a calm, commanding tone, "Weapon secured. Suspect restrained. Proceed with protocol." The authority in her words stunned them. One officer recognized her instantly, his own weapon lowering. "Ma'am, you're the SEAL master trainer," he muttered. They cuffed Hale as he thrashed, but his power was gone. Maya stepped back, eyes steady, then glanced at her parents. No one should ever face a gun just for helping their family. Not for the color of their skin. The street went silent. A curtain fluttered. A neighbor whispered, "She saved us all." And as the patrol cars pulled away, the glow of the lights faded, but the question lingered, how many more streets carried the same hidden battle between fear and justice?